What's up, everyone? So the Wolf here, and welcome back to another of Nuke's Top 5. Now, again, hope the audio and everything else is perfect this time. I'm gonna try to make my camera vision a little bit bigger than last time, because I know that my visual of my thing was a lot smaller. It's because of when I'm looking at my OBS recordings, it's just again, I'm using my Oculus, or not my Oculus, but my Kinect to record of using the camera. I also moved it a little bit closer so you guys can actually see my reaction instead of it being so far away. So just giving you guys a little idea, I think I will probably move my that looks good enough. I mean, don't you guys think? It's good enough. I mean, until I can actually buy an actual regular good recording camera, so I can actually get a little bit more closer to my face, and so it doesn't really cause so much of a problem. So at least you guys can see my face, see my reaction. This is practically what it'll look like. But the thing is that I want to actually see what it would look like. So it's mostly I have to record it, then go back, and then actually look at the screen to make sure the camera and everything else is in perfect, like how it's supposed to be. So technically this is actually how it's going to look. At least I hope it's not in the way of anything. So yeah, I'm going to keep it like that. So anyways, let's go ahead and start reacting. Nuke's Top 5.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. The Magnolia Hotel. The Magnolia Hotel in Seguin, Texas is said to be extremely haunted by multiple ghosts. The hotel was built in 1840, and over its 180-year history, many people have passed away inside its walls, some even taking their own lives. The current owners of the hotel, Jim and Aaron Getty, claim to have experienced intense paranormal activity while living there, and many of the hotel guests have captured ghostly images of spirits that haunt the hotel.
Shadow people.
One of the most active spirits in the hotel is said to be that of a 12-year-old girl named Emma. Oddly enough, Emma never even stayed in the Magnolia Hotel, but the man who violently took her life did live there. In 1874, a man named Wilhelm Faust horribly ended little Emma's life using an axe. Wilhelm was still staying at the Magnolia Hotel when he was caught and executed for his crime. It is said that both the angry spirit of Wilhelm and the gentle child ghost Emma are both forever trapped inside the Magnolia Hotel. Paranormal investigators Colin and Peyton from the YouTube channel The Paranormal Files travel to the Magnolia Hotel to do an investigation at the allegedly haunted inn. They experience something truly bizarre.
That was right behind me.
Yeah, that's odd.
That's where they said that thing likes to whistle in here.
Do you listen to firework?
Yeah, it is.
Got some knocks and bangs.
That's not a gun.
That almost does sound
That's
like a gun.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Only coming from literally right there.
They hear the unexplained sounds of knocking and possible gunfire while exploring the hotel rooms. However, it's what they didn't hear at the time that is absolutely chilling.
I'm gonna sit down for a second too before we go to the unfinished part. I'll kill the lights.
Yeah.
Guys, I know it's kind of boring. Guys, I know it's kind of, guys, I know.
The voice of what sounds like a young girl can be heard saying the eerie word, Mommy. Now, if that wasn't creepy enough, the owners of the Magnolia Hotel actually caught what they believe to be the same young girl, little Emma, on one of their static cameras. The camera is set up in the room where the ghost of Emma has reportedly been seen and heard the most. They call it the, quote, children's room. One day they leave a bunch of balls and toys for Emma to play with. And then this happens.
Okay. You could still see those ball things like that are flashing or still
Balls on the
moving
floor
around.
mysteriously seem to just start rolling around on their own. But what's most bizarre about this footage is the strange shadow figure that follows right after the unexplained movement. Could it be that the spirit of little Emma is playing with the toys? Is the Magnolia Hotel, could it be the shadow around on their own? But what's most bizarre about this footage is the strange...
Right there. It's not even though that you see a shadow figure actually outside of the door, but it comes more likely up in this area.
Shadow figure.
Oh. Alex. So it's like you see the shadow move from like back here, but then you see like a bigger, kind of more like smaller but decent human shape figure like come more closer to the door, even though the shadow was more back here. I'm just pointing that out.
Of little Emma is playing with the toys inside its walls. Let me know what you think down in the comments. You can watch Colin and Peyton's entire investigation over on the YouTube channel, The Paranormal Files. And you can find more spooky evidence and photos over on the Magnolia Hotel's Facebook page. Viewer videos. In this next segment, I'm very happy to feature some extremely creepy videos that were sent to me directly via email by Nukes Top 5 viewers. First up, this video was sent in by Dex, who claims that one of his friends has been going on apartment viewings in the hopes of finding a new place to live. His friend recorded one of the empty apartments so he could look back at the footage later to help him decide. When he reviews his footage, he is shocked by what he finds.
Cupboards that were open. I saw that.
Did you see it? While recording, Dex's friend thinks he sees something out of the corner of his eye. A dark shadow-like figure standing at the end of the hallway. But when he pans back...
Okay, you can actually tell that this one's actually legit in a way of how mostly, I mean, you don't really like go up into a place and you like take your phone and you're like just moving it so quick around. But even though it's like mostly me, it's like if I was going to do some house viewing and stuff like that, I would actually capture the image of every little house, just moving my camera slowly on my phone. But I wouldn't be constantly moving it that quick. I mean, like, not unless if they're like speeding up the camera or anything. But even though when he like glanced at the door and then quickly glanced back, I mean, that could be something where he actually literally saw something.
Nothing there. So did Dex's friend capture a ghost on camera? And could it be that the apartment is empty for a reason? I leave it up to you to decide. This next video was emailed to me by Connor from Corpus Christi, Texas. In his email, he explains that his cousin is awakened in the middle of the night when a stranger suddenly approaches his Ring doorbell. The doorbell camera records as things take a very creepy turn.
Sell online and grow your business with Wix e-commerce. Create a beautiful store.
Hey guys, I swear to you, all my life, I swear I mean you no harm. No, please, I mean you no harm. Doggy. Can you please come outside and let me know I'm alive? I don't know what's going on. No, God, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live. I swear I'm gonna live. Because someone's in here. Guys, please come outside, please. Ah, no, I'm not dead. I'm not dead. I'm not dead. I ain't gonna come on.
Is he drunk?
The man who rang the doorbell is odd and erratic as he pleads for them to open the door and let him inside. Understandably, they don't answer the door, and the man eventually walks away defeated, loudly yelling, "I'm not dead." Connor's cousin has no idea what happened to the man, and the scary event remains a mystery. But I'd guess some chemical substances were probably involved. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught
It's that
something great,
reaction.
contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com. Visits to the funeral home. Chinese ghost hunter and popular live streamer Xiao Long is back with another scary adventure at a creepy abandoned funeral home in Jinjiao City, China. Local legend says that restless souls unable to move on after their deaths have found themselves trapped inside the funeral home, eternally doomed to haunt the lonely abandoned building forever. Locals say the home is cursed. But as always, none of that stops.
The thing is that in Japan, why is there a lot of places that are cursed? Yeah, I mean, mostly it's just, I would think it's like, it's just another way of saying that the area is haunted. But why cursed? I mean, is it... I know a lot of people would go by this, but like, could it be the grudge? Like how it's so cursed of the building and everything? But, I mean, come on. I mean, certain other things could be cursed. I could believe that Egyptian stuff was cursed. But, I mean, I can understand if there were certain things that was cursed upon into certain locations and stuff like that. But...
our boy Xiao Long. He travels to the abandoned funeral home completely alone. As he's exploring outside the building, he stumbles upon an old abandoned hearse that was once used to transport bodies. What happens next is truly
old and abandoned. That doesn't even look old. At least the inside doesn't look old.
bizarre.
It looks like there's two vehicles there. Oh, that needs to be oiled.
Xiaolong fans love the creepy live stream and demand that he return to the haunted funeral home for yet another visit. As always, he broadcasts his investigation live as he explores a different area of the building. As you might suspect, it did not go well.
哎呦我操你妈呀！我去你妈的！我操！
The heck were you freaking
他
out
妈的，
about?
这是放尸体了！我操！啊啊啊啊啊！我操！经理！啊
Is something that... Oh, it was pulled out.
我操！
I thought it was thrown or just something appeared there.
对不起。
Xiaolong is horrified when he discovers that the area was actually used to store human bodies. Even though he's starting to freak out a bit, he returns to the crematorium carrying what he says is a protective amulet. He finds an old oven, and that's when he sees something absolutely horrifying.
操你妈！
There's a face right there.
A terrifying pale face seems to rise up through the oven's air vent and then disappears back into the darkness. Could this be one of the souls that are said to be trapped inside the funeral home? I leave it to you.
And you can actually see a face there. Like, you could see the chin and a little bit of the nose. It just kind of like triangular in a way.
To decide. You can watch this entire exploration and many more creepy videos over on Xiaolong's YouTube channel, Outdoor Xiaolong. Meanwhile, on TikTok. TikTok user Michael says that he started experiencing terrifying paranormal activity in his home after he played around with a Ouija board at a friend's house. He says that he believes that he might have accidentally summoned a demonic entity that followed him home. In an attempt to record himself and explain what's been going on, he's interrupted by something very creepy.
So I've had a lot of weird stuff been happening lately, and I can't.
That's a cruddy
Hello?
camera.
A child's voice can be heard, yet Michael claims he has no children. He says he doesn't know where the mysterious voice could have possibly come from. So Michael decides to set up static cameras all around his home in the hopes of capturing more proof of the paranormal activity that has been terrorizing him. When he looks back at the footage from his kitchen camera, he's shocked. Michael and his girlfriend Heather decide to do another Ouija board session, this time to try to get answers as to what is going on. But things take a terrifying turn.
Okay, I want to do a little Ouija board story here. So a long time ago when my mother was, well, I don't know if it's either that she was young or something like that, but apparently my father didn't like the Ouija board. So the thing is that my mother's used it before, but I don't think she's actually said goodbye to whatever she was talking to. So either that the spirit or whatever has been still stuck with our family in a way, but mostly it's been, I don't know. But long story short, that apparently my father didn't like it and ended up putting it up in the attic. And then suddenly, a day or so later, it ended up back underneath the bed. So, I mean, but that was her story. I mean, I can't really say if I could believe it or not, but she said that she can actually contact with whatever by herself. And mostly anyone could actually just say like, oh, I contacted a spirit by myself. But you have to have proof in a way of just saying, besides just saying it. So, yeah, that's just a little Ouija board story that my mother told me.
H. E.
R.
R.
Here.
E.
Here. Oh my god. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Oh my god, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do this no more.
I'm freaked out now.
Oh no. Hold on.
All right, to me, it sounded like something blew at the camera, like the camera audio, but then you hear boom, boom, like a couple of footsteps or a couple of bangings. But the thing is that you're supposed to do the circle thing first of how many people that are supposed to be in the group and then say goodbye. She just quickly grabbed it and slid it over goodbye. Technically, that is not really actually on the way on how you do it. You don't just grab it and say goodbye. You have to circle it again of how many people are in the group, and then you say goodbye. That's
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you...
That's technically the way on how you're supposed to say goodbye to any certain spirit, so you can close up that vortex or whatever, like opening gate or whatever, to any spirit.
Was that upstairs? Oh my god.
Oh my god! Something violently crashes to the ground right next to Heather, and then they both hear a loud sound coming from upstairs. When they look up the staircase, someone or something that they can't see comes charging down the stairs at them. So is Michael's house haunted by a demonic entity? Drop your thoughts down in the comments.
Or do a reaction.
TikTok user Roche Bananas is working the night shift as a security guard on a reservation in Saskatchewan, Canada, when she and her coworker see something very strange.
When we work night security 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and we see something coming at us at midnight.
Who is it? Raylan!
What are you working on in the middle of the night?
TikTok user Roche Bananas claims she has no idea what she recorded that night and is pretty spooked by the creepy encounter. Many concerned TikTok viewers believe that it could be anything from a skinwalker to Bigfoot to a ghost. But what do you think it is? Is it real, or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
Hoax. I could see the feet.
The Eternal Bride. All of the residents of Culiacan and Sinaloa, Mexico know of the story of Lupita, the Eternal Bride. The story goes that back in the early 1950s, a young woman named Lupita was engaged to be married to her childhood sweetheart, Jesus. The bride-to-be and her fiancé were both friends with a man named Ernesto, who was hopelessly in love with Lupita. But Lupita had no romantic interest at all in Ernesto. Ernesto was driven mad by his jealousy, and on the wedding day, he took the life of Lupita's husband-to-be as she watched on in horror. Ernesto then took his own life. Lupita was so traumatized by the event that she never recovered and just completely lost touch with reality. Every Sunday for the next 30 years, Lupita would dress in her wedding gown and walk to the church cathedral in town. After her death in 1982, she was buried, and it is said that she aimlessly roams the cemetery grounds, still in her wedding dress to this day. A paranormal investigator from Mexico who happens to share the name Ernesto from the YouTube channel Zona Paranormal Veracruz is joined by his friends and fellow investigators El Payaso de la Toledo and Lorena Jacobo. Together they explore the cemetery late at night. They hear strange unexplained sounds all around them, and then this happens.
Hey. Muéstrate, Lupita. Te pido que te muestres. Ya te vi. Ya jalaste energía. Es cierto, yo me llamo Ernesto. ¡Ah, la madre! ¡Payaso, payaso, payaso, payaso! Ahí, güey. Ahí se asomó. Yo me llamo Ernesto. Como el que asesinó a tu esposo. Así se llamaba el que asesinó a tu esposo. ¿Estás enojada porque me llamo como él? No quepo ahí. A ver, voy a ver si quepo otra vez. Ahí va.
De lado, ponte que...
A ver.
De lado.
¡Ay, payaso! Espérame.
El bote.
Espérame. Ay, güey.
Ay, Ernesto, no cabes, güey.
Ay, güey. Algo me está jalando, güey. Algo me está jalando la espalda, güey. A ver. Chinga. Algo me jaló la mochila.
What was he freaking out about?
Payaso, algo me jaló la mochila, güey.
Something pulling him?
Vamos para la tumba. Está enojada conmigo, güey. Me jalaron la espalda. Güey. Me jalaron la espalda. Vamos, payaso.
Esta tumba, güey. Está dentro de esa tumba.
Vamos, pero yo quiero ir a su tumba.
Ernesto is broadcasting live on Facebook when he spots someone appear and disappear near one of the graves. They hurry over to investigate, but Ernesto gets stuck in between two tombs. In a shocking turn, Ernesto feels someone or something pulling him back. And then, did you see it? Right behind Payaso, another mysterious apparition can be seen lurking behind the tomb. Now again, this is a live stream broadcast. The figure is spotted by the viewing audience, but the two investigators are completely unaware of what they've just captured. They continue their exploration.
Pues vamos a buscar a Lorena, güey.
Vamos a buscar a... Payaso caminó aquí enfrente, güey. Caminó aquí enfrente, güey. Caminó aquí enfrente, cabrón. La agarré. La agarré, güey. Ay. La rodilla, güey. La rodilla. Lore. Vamos a ver a Lore, güey. Vamos a buscar a Lore. Vamos a buscarla. Lore. Sigue mandando saludos. Sí, estás en vivo todavía. Ahí está Lorena y está en vivo, señores. Lo que vimos a la novia.
Yo también.
La agarramos.
Ey, pero yo también la estoy viendo y la gente también aquí.
Es que dicen que me puede seguir porque yo me llamo como el que mató a su esposo. Me jalaron la mochila. Había un lugar donde no cabía. Y me jalaron la mochila. A ver, les voy a enfocar para que vean que Lore sigue en línea.
Aquí estoy yo.
A ver, miren.
Aquí estoy.
Lore sigue en vivo.
The guys see an apparition that appears to be wearing a long white dress. They quickly go to find fellow investigator Lorena, who's broadcasting her own live stream in a different area of the cemetery. She explains that she too saw the figure of what appeared to be Lupita, the lonely bride. Now, as I mentioned, this stream was live, so it would be very hard to fake. But what do you think? Let me know down below. You can check out more of Ernesto's creepy live streams over on his YouTube channel, Zona Paranormal Veracruz. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram here, Twitter here, or hey, look at that, it's a TikTok. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you next week.
So that was Nukes top 5. Yeah, that last one was actually pretty creepy because when you saw that gray figure kind of poke around the corner, I mean, you don't see no facial features or anything. It's black, but everything around it was just gray. Yeah, so that was pretty creepy. So I'm gonna be recording another one after this. So I'll still be wearing the same clothes and such. Just to keep up a little bit more of these videos and all that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this reaction video. Go subscribe to Nuke and you know, check out a lot of his older videos and such, and work your way up because some of them actually are pretty creepy. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like the video, leave a like, let me know what you think, and I'm hoping to see you guys again. And I'm hoping to see you guys again in the next video. See ya.